Hello. What's your name? Oh, what? Pleased to meet you. My name's Nigel. So happy to meet you. And it's Saturday, February 15th. $2025. It's mildly amusing, observational humor. As long as you can keep your sense of humor. It's hard to keep a sense of humor when you watch people who aren't funny. I don't get it. Do you get it? Do you get the joke? No, you're it. Yeah. You thought you were going to live forever. Ha ha ha. Well, you are. Oh, shit. You know, it's all of this stuff. I've said this for a while because of all the nonsense we've been through in the last few years, that it's like being in a sketch written by Monty Python team. It was a very funny comedic team because they push the envelope of humor, but it's very absurdist humor. But it's like life has become like you're in a Monty Python sketch with no punchline. It's observational humor about how ridiculously stupid we all are about everything when it becomes the control mechanism of everybody else. Instead of going to yourself for that sense of humor, you outsource it. Are other people laughing at this? No? Oh, I better not laugh at it then. Or alternatively, just going along. There's something in the middle, and it's for many people it's maddening. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. It's really, really maddening. And oh god, sorry. Oops. Yeah, it can be really maddening for everybody if they don't have this resilient button of coping with observing absolute stupidity. Like, somebody's doing that. Oh my gosh, no. Sorry, I got another call. A distraction. Hello? Yes. Yeah. No, I used to have an Apple phone. Yeah. I know. But you got to understand, these are cheaper. Yes, the yellow. Yeah. Yes, made in China. Yeah. Cheaply, yes. Well, I mean, that's why we get them, because you got to make a profit. No, not the Prophet Muhammad. No. Okay, well, if it's not the Prophet Muhammad, then you know, what do we worship? Well, yes, by getting things cheaply and increasing the profit, we're exploiting people. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Buy cheap. Oh my God. Yeah, but I mean, all the millions of dollars that I'm sat on, they're just going to stay right where they are. Yeah. Oh, I got this cheap. I mean, there are ways around getting one free, apparently. But, you know, you don't want to give it up, do you? Completely. You don't. No. All right. Sorry, I'm online at the moment. I'm doing a very important podcast, so I'm gonna have to leave you now with. Uh, no, I'm not going to leave you. No, no, no. I'm gonna have to hang up. Hang up the phone, and we'll chat later. Yeah, yeah. It's not very good reception your end. Are you receiving me? Are you receiving me? Hello. Come in, Houston. Houston. We seem to have a problem. There you go. All right. Bye. I'm not saying everything's a joke. I'm not saying that everything's not a joke. What I'm saying is, if you don't keep a sense of humor, they'll keep you in a box of worry. And that box of worry will come in and in and in and in and will eventually take you over. Worrying. Every time I cough, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to die of that coughing disease. Every time I burp, oh my God, my internal mechanism is breaking down. These, the one thing this last few years and its stupid reaction has done is it has made people, in a good way, aware of their health, but in a bad way, hypochondriacs. So being aware of your health and then being fearful of your health are all the same. Be a more complete human being, please. Complete yourself. I completed myself. I did lots of work yesterday, physical manual work around my place I live, just bits and pieces. And although it was a necessary task because I have things to comply with, bullshit about vehicles and all the stupid rules and regulations about that. Anyway, I have something I have to do, so I went out and got ready to do, and it was a little strenuous, and it was okay. And it's made me realize that I've been in a very comfortable place for a fair amount of time. I mean, I can't remember. I could look back at my photos and find out, I suppose, but I haven't been out on the road in my uh, mobile room. I haven't taken this out in a while, so I'm going to take it out soon. But I've got very comfortable just being here. So it's made me think about my living conditions, because it's nice, but it needs, I would like to stretch out a little more, but it's nice. But it's not, this is not just a place to live. This is a mobile place. I live in a motorhome. I'm sorry. Thought you knew. No? Okay. I've got used to it. I've got used to it being sat here on this piece of land. Everything's convenient for me. Lovely. But I need to get out to sort of shake myself up and to get the vehicle running. So, you know, in a way, the chore I have to do is pushing me along. So the bureaucracy that I don't like is making me do something that'll expand my horizons a little bit. Sometimes bad people do good things. Sometimes good people do bad things. Sometimes the system puts pressure on you and you react to it in a good way. Sometimes you react to it in a bad way. But the recognition of the system is okay. The compliance to the system, like all these silly people that are following politicians and thinking that, oh my God, he's going to do that. Oh, brilliant, he did that. Oh no, he's not allowed to do that. Oh, it's like you're watching a poor comedian. I mean, he's not. It's a joke, isn't it? It's like the fella that was before him. That was a joke, wasn't it? And the fella that was before him, well, that was a joke, wasn't it? And the fella that was before him. See, we don't need somebody telling us bad jokes. We are one. So enjoy your humor, enjoy your life. We get so used to things being one way and then, oh my God, it's the same, but it's coming from a different fella. Same bloke, different atom. I've got used to these. This is very nice. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my God. A comfy slipper. I got to put my running shoes on. Not because I'm running away, because I've got to stay fit. Fitness in here. Boom, boom. Fitness in here. Fitness out there. Because you've got to deal with this shit, haven't you, really? I mean, it is a sense of humor you got, but at the same time, the medicinal qualities of having a good laugh and having an interaction with somebody outside of your normal sphere of interest. You know, I mean, I've got used to the people around me. I love them. It's brilliant, but I've got used to them. So it's kind of like, if you can predict it, then it feels safe, but it's not. There's no such thing as safety or security. You're going to live your life anyway. What do you want safety from? Where are you going with that? How safe are you? Well, you don't want to do things that are stupidly dangerous. Yes, of course. You use your kidneys and, you know, got to get in there and use those kidneys. And you go, oh, okay, I'm not going to walk down the middle of the road at rush hour. I'm just not going to do that. But this fear thing, whoa, I've got to do something new. Something I've never done before. I mean, I live in a big sprawling metropolis, and there are lots of places I haven't been, even within my own neighborhood. So, do I fear them? No. Do I necessarily go and look at things that are kind of like repeated patterns, like in a city, the way it's laid out, especially here in the US, where it's a young city, a young country? It's like where things are laid out like a grid. It's like everything kind of looks the same. But then you go down one street and you're like, oh my God, I didn't realize this was here. You know, so you got to still adventure, even though you might think that it's all the same. But it's not a maze either. It's not confusing like a maze. It's not like, oh my God, if I go out, I'm going to go left here and right there and left here and right there. I know these things help. I know, this thing here helps me because it has, the maps thing, and we have typical British fashion. We still have our sat nav, or satellite navigation. I mean, the advancements of technology are nothing to fear. If they're in the hands of good people, most of the technology that we have, if it's in the hands of good people, can be turned to benefit humanity. And if it isn't benefiting humanity, then it's because it's in the hands of bad people, you see. Bad people are using it like a weapon. Everything seems to be weaponized these days. Our friendships, our associations. I have friends I've known for years who are kind of like a little standoffish, and I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, yeah, well, you never know, It's like, what? You've known me all my fucking life. What are you talking about? For years, I lived in part of a house with a friend who I thought we got on really, really well. And we had a little bit of a sort of like, or I thought we did. And then I got my wrist slapped, and I was fine with it. I was like, oh, I see. It's like, but we were male and female friends, and it was okay. And everything was great. And then one day I made a decision for myself that I thought was a sensible decision, and she didn't. And then all of a sudden I'm the worst person in the world. Well, I make mistakes. Is that what you mean? There has to be forgiveness in this world. We have to forgive each other. I forgive you, you forgive me for all eternity. William Blake. Mistakes are made. You have to fess up to them. I mean, I've been treading lightly around an issue that I've had for 13 years, 14 years. Because, not necessarily because I don't want to offend this other person who I see regularly, but because I see her triggered and recognize that I don't want to unleash that part of her that judges me harshly. I made a mistake many years ago, and there is absolutely zero forgiveness for that mistake in this other person. So I'm looking for an apologist. It's all ridiculous. Acknowledging that, yeah, could have gone that could have gone better, or oh my God, I really fucked up there. Doesn't matter unless you're admitting it to yourself, and then you forgive yourself, and then you go out and you say, look, I know it's distanced us from each other, and it seems like a gulf that's never going to be renamed America. Seems like a gulf that can never be crossed. But if we forgive each other and start afresh, we can do better this time. We can do better this time because we made the mistake before. You're not admitting you didn't make a mistake. I made the mistake. Right. So you can forgive me. No, you can't forgive me. You're going to rename me? Okay. I don't have any control over you. I accept that. I've apologized to you, but now I have to move on. Well, we don't have any interaction if you're going to feel like I'm the bad guy in every situation. I'm the bad guy. So really you're just using me as a heat shield, aren't you? Really? Think about it. You can go and do anything and go, it's okay, it was his fault. All those years ago, you're using me as a heat shield. Stop it. And I'm not talking about one individual. I'm talking about situations where you abuse a person's friendship and you don't forgive them. You can forgive them and walk away, or you can forgive them and rework the relationship. That's the best way. But you can also forgive them and walk away from a situation and recognize that you're doing it because there doesn't seem to be any shift. I mean, this one relationship I'm talking about is there's no shift in this relationship. It's a dominant relationship because the other person cannot forgive me, or I cannot forgive that person. You know, it's you're butting heads all the time. So stop, because it'll give you a fucking headache. Just stop, or use it as a way of learning how to turn it on and off, which is the subtle way of going along with a problem. Now, if it's an individual relationship problem, really ought to be talked out. But if it's your relationship with everything, then it's a real problem, isn't it? Because how you relate to the world comes back to you and forms your world, because that's what we do. We create these scenarios and these interactions, and we're not being forgiving. Wow, I went from sense of humor to serious subject very quickly. I better withdraw. I better withdraw. Is there a glitch? Anyway, it's hard to keep a sense of humor when you're observing how absurd some people are, but you must understand that it is there to entertain. Life should be a dance, and you should dance through life. And if you're not hearing the music, you really got to try harder to hear the music, because it's a dance. It's just a dance. Be creative. Start tapping into that creativity. Understand that, you know, without humor, you become so deadly serious. So deadly serious that you can't see the humor in things. There, people do stupid shit all the time, and it's funny. People do funny shit all the time, and it's shitty. I understand there has to be balance, but maintain that sense of humor, especially right now. There's a lot of stuff going on in this world that requires a sense of humor. Otherwise, you just go mad. You just go mad. Just go crazy. I'm not mad, I'm crazy, and I'm happy to be crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy. 25 minutes into a chat to myself. That's how crazy I am. Reaching out and helping others. Reaching in and helping yourself. Reaching out and helping others. Reaching in and helping yourself. Breathing in, breathing out. No time for the old in, out, missus. Just here to read the meter. Get a sense of humour. It's just a joke. We're just playing. We are really children at play in morphic fields of resonance. Instead of listening to my crap, go and listen to somebody else's crap that makes you laugh more. Just for a minute. I mean, come back to me. What do you mean you're not coming back? You're leaving me? Oh no. Oh no, no. Oh, woe is me. Build your relationships on the strength of your being a human, because that's what you are, a human being. Have fun with it. Dance, laugh, sing, create. All right. Bye for now. I think I'll leave it there. Two old men sitting in deck chairs. One says it's nice out. The other one says, I think I'll leave it out. That got somebody banned from the TV many years ago because it was an innuendo. Humor is innuendo, isn't it? Mostly that and just absurdist. So have a laugh. A woman with a view and you. Oh, I'm trying to find the end button. There we go. No, end stream. Goodbye, goodbye. I'm leaving you. Goodbye, goodbye. Cheers then. Happy Saturday. Lots of love. Keep smiling through.